Hey kids, Miss Torrance again. Okay, so I want you to look back for this lesson. This is lesson 70 for my Q kids. I want to go ahead and talk about what the two books that we read in the Integrating Animal series. Um, well, actually, no. I just want you to think of this book that we read from the Integrating Animal series. Okay, these are two different topics written by two different authors. So, the Platypus book, and I'm talking about this book and this book. Okay, two different authors. All right. Um, so after you look at the books, let's talk about what you find similar about these books and the author's message. Okay? So go ahead and skim and scan and so you can refresh your memory on these books, okay? Of these unusual animals. All right? Um, so you notice that both authors start by telling readers something unusual about the animal in the book, the animals in the books. Then most of the sections that follow tell about some unique features of the animal. Both authors want readers to understand that we need to notice and appreciate these wonderful animals that are so interesting and unusual. Okay, so one of the words in our book from yesterday was mechanism. Okay, like a defense mechanism. Okay, so on page 24, go ahead and turn there. The word is defense mechanism. So today I want you to think about the word mechanisms. Does this word remind you of any other words? So remember, think of words inside, smaller words inside the bigger words. So I can see the word mechanic or machine in that word. So several words relate to machine. Okay, so sometimes this is like a machine. So something mechanical have parts that work together smoothly. So in this book, the word refers to something biological that works automatically and smoothly inside the octopus. Okay, like when that ink squirts out and then you know, it's its defense mechanism. So that happens automatically when it's scared, frightened, or trying to get away or defending itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to fluency. So look back at your reading from yesterday to think about how your reading sounds. So in this text, the author uses an analogy, stretching like rubber. That's an analogy. So it's stretching, and then how is it stretching? Like rubber. Okay? So to help readers understand how the color cells can change. Okay? So let's see. Let's look at page 13. And I want you to read that. Okay, page 13, right here. I want you to go ahead and read that once on your own. And then I want you to stop, take your headphones off, and read it with a partner. Okay, go ahead and do that now. All right, so let's go ahead and reread for a purpose now that you're back and you follow directions, okay? So when you read a nonfiction book, sometimes you use examples or analogies to help readers understand the information. So reread pages 12 through 14 of Octopus Escape Artists of the Sea, and don't forget the graphic and sidebars. Think about how the author helps readers understand how the octopus changes colors. So those pages were 12 and 13. So read that information. Don't forget your sidebars and your captions and your titles. Okay? Don't forget all that. Okay? Don't forget all that. Okay? And then come on back. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and talk after you've read that. Talk with your partner about how the author helps the reader understand how the octopus changes colors. Okay, so go ahead and talk about that now. All right, now that you're back, we're going to do some writing. Okay, so you have learned that the octopus has layers of skin that are different colors. The author helps you understand the change of color by saying that it stretches its skin like a rubber band. That's called an analogy. So we are going to write about the analogy the author uses to help readers understand this idea. So I want you to go ahead with your partner, okay? Write what the octopus does in the first column and the analogy the author uses in the second column. So for instance, you should have your two columns. The next one is so what the octopus does, so can change the color or pattern of its skin to blend in with the environment. And then how the author got you to do that was tells the reader to think of a drop of ink on a rubber band. Okay? And then also it squeezes and stretches the cells. So now I want you to fill in how the author helps you understand that. And then the next one is takes less than a second to change, okay? And I want you to prove that to me. So how does the author help you understand that? Okay? So take a moment to do that. Stop, take your headphones off. You can work with your partner to find that information, okay? All right. Now that you're back, let's do some word study, okay? So these words in your bag will have an apostrophe, okay, and a plural ending. So add an apostrophe to a plural word ending in S to show it belongs to more than one person. So you'll have words that have a singular, you'll have singular words, you'll have plural words, and then you'll have plural possessive. Plural possessive means it shows ownership to more than one person. Okay, so your your words are going to be chipmunk, professor, puzzle, spider, traveler. Okay, and then you may have carpenter in there, girl in there, and pilot. Okay, so I want you to put all the singular words in one column, plural words in another column, and plural possessive in another column. So remember, anytime you're showing ownership, there's an apostrophe. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and do that, and you can do it on your own, and then you can have a partner check your work to make sure it's right. Okay, so go ahead and stop and do that. Okay, make sure you're following directions. Alrighty, now that you're back, here's your genre focus for today. Okay, so here's your book. That looks kind of interesting. We've had a lot of interesting books, okay? I'm so interested. Okay, so for hundreds of years, people around the world have reported seeing giant ape-like creatures. This nonfiction book describes some of these accounts and what scientists have done to determine whether Bigfoot is a fact or myth. Okay, so you will have an informational book today that is part of the Unsolved Mysteries series. Okay, so if you read Animal Warnings or the Mystery of Anting, that's in this series. Okay, right here. Okay, so this book tells you about the terrifying monster called Bigfoot, but does it really exist? There are claims about Bigfoot across the world and globe. Look at the sidebar on page 4. Go ahead and do that. To see all of the names the Bigfoot legend is called. Okay? There's all the names. Go ahead and read those. Look at the picture on page 5. That's a big footprint. Wow, it is. Wow, it's 14 inches. So that's over a foot. Okay, what are you thinking? Well, that's what I'm thinking. Look at the graphic on page 6. What does it show you? Okay, go ahead and look on page 6. Ooh, whoa. It's a comparison. How tall could Bigfoot be? Wow. kind of scary if you picture that in real life, you seeing that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what does it show you? In this book, you will read about the evidence that Bigfoot exists. It's hard to sort it out because there's so many hoaxes, jokes, or tricks. Remember, we've heard that word before. Look at page 8, and you will see a professor named Grover Krantz, who believed that this mysterious animal was related to a species of great ape that lived long ago. So look at the sidebar on page 9. Okay, sidebar on page 9. Um, and you will see how scientists preserved footprints. Some evidence of Bigfoot may be real, and some is fake. As you read, think about whether scientists should continue to study Bigfoot. Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to, well, actually, you have the opportunity to sit back, relax, read this book from the beginning to the end. Okay, and then we'll come back and talk about it. See you later. Bye. Have fun reading it. It's really good.